Oh, this is Tom Cloud. Back from Europe after 2 weeks, and certainly enjoyed the trip. A lot going on, but one point I want to make outside of the patriotism you feel when you visit Normandy and see the sacrifice made for us living today, and look at these young men's age that gave their life. It's just very touching, something you'll never forget if you get the opportunity. But also over there, the thing that's hard to believe is what Europeans think about us. They don't understand who we run for president. They ask tough questions that if you weren't American, you couldn't understand. I understand because their questions are good and they're tough. But the thing that I want to come away with is our dishonesty of figures we put out. They don't look at any unemployment number, inflation number, growth number, nothing. While Europe, Japan, China put out these honest numbers, we put out a number that's completely distorted, and not a single indicator we use to make investment decisions is a correct indication. They change the rules, they change the ways. As I've said before, if you want to know what's really going on, visit shadowstats.com and look at John Williams' work, because he does the figures the way they were done for decades and the way they're done in the rest of the world, and not the way we've changed and done them. But it's very important that you know what's really going on with unemployment, growth rates, inflation rates, core inflation, all these different things, because they do affect things not always on the short term, but in a long-term pattern. The other thing that came out loud and clear, and I've talked about a little bit in the past, is platinum. People over there are looking for vast shortages of platinum. Platinum is a metal that is 47 times more rare than gold. It's mined 90-something% in Russia and South Africa. There's always strikes going on. Mines are getting deeper. The price is going up to mine. There's big industrial demand. And yet, right now, platinum is $220 per ounce cheaper than gold. Over the last 31 years, we've seen that only happen about 31 months out of 31 years where platinum's price has been below gold. So we do think it's very prudent to invest in some platinum. You can buy either a platinum COMEX 1 ounce or 10 ounce platinum bar, or you can buy a platinum maple leaf or a platinum eagle or a platinum philharmonic, which is the best buy of the three right now of the sovereign minted platinum coins. But I think it's smart that you put a percentage of your hard assets in there, and I think you'll be well rewarded. Platinum's up about 18% this year, gold about 19%, and silver about 22% through the first 4 months of 2016. So it's something worth looking at if you don't have. But the other thing I want to talk about is the short positions that have come on in the last 2 weeks since I left the country. We've now seen people wanting gold to come back down, so they're buying short positions, and we've seen shorts go back to a very high rate, one of the highest rates of all times, and yet gold is doing a phenomenal job of holding in this 1260 range. If it can hold another week, I think you could see gold test 1300 very easily. But there is potential over the next week that gold could go down into the 1240, as low as 1226. But it doesn't mean it is. But certainly as I look at my work and my graphs and read chartists that I trust, there is that possibility. We like to tell you when we think it's going up. We like to tell you when we think there's a possibility it's going down. So be on the lookout for that as we'll visit again next week. And then lastly, just if any of you have not reviewed what we call our ETF program, where we can store it at now 20 basis points for you instead of the 50 and 35 and 45 that you see in other ETFs. And here you have the metal. It's yours. It's got your name on it. It's in the warehouse. It's not where you can't have it. As you look at the ETFs out there, you have to spend somewhere around 55 to 180,000 to take delivery of gold, or you have to take a cash out. So if you haven't heard about our ETF equivalent program where you own the physical gold, we can put you in a price that no one else in the world can put you into. So it's very important, and we can talk about either storing it at Delaware or in Canada, in Toronto, and give you the same potential deal. So give us a call at 800-247-2812. That's 800-247-2812. If you haven't read Steve's excellent report this week, I would urge you to read it at his website, Sirocco, and go over that and then plug in what we talked about today. But you can reach me, Dan, or Kathleen. We'll be happy. And be sure you tell us you saw us on Steve St. Angelo's show, and you'll always be locked in for free shipping and insurance for forever. I mean, for any order you ever do with us. And we can also talk to you about our low commissions that we've talked about if you go back and look at the video 2 weeks ago. So this week, this is Tom Cloud signing out with this week's Precious Metals Market Update.